Audio Jungle.
It's sad that the federal government has increased the price of petroleum, which is causing serious problem in the country right now. To be sincere with you, Nigerians are not really happy with this development by the president and his cabinet. All right, it's another edition of Bystanders at Newsstand, Saturday edition precisely, and I hope you are enjoying the weekend. Michael Adekunle anchoring today's edition of this program. Behind the camera is Festus. Quickly to what I have here with me, the Nation newspaper, saying something to the nation. Anger as petrol pump price hits 170 naira per litre. Anger as petrol pump price hits 170 naira per litre. NNPC increase due to market realities. Increase due to market realities. New price more devastating than COVID-19. That's what workers are saying. Hike is unbearable, unacceptable, says PDP. 18 feared killed in Edo Court War. Assistant Commissioner of Police, 2 others shot. Cracks in PDP over Umai's defection to APC. Top party leaders beg secondaries to let governor go. Down the paper, government clinic where babies are delivered by torchlights. Government clinic where babies are delivered by torchlights. See the pictures of the clinic right here on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Quickly to Kwara State, we have Kwara moves to scrap pension for ex-governors, deputies, just like the way the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is moving on the issue. The last story will be reading out to you people. Federal government sets up credit tribunal for loan recovery. Quickly to our reviewers for more analysis on these stories. I'll be right back.
Of course, Mr. Mike, it is not a surprise. Time without number, we have reiterated the fact that those within the corridor of power are insensitive. In fact, by all standards, there shouldn't be any reason why they should be in government. Because they do not reflect, of course, the will of the people. They are not representative of the people. In fact, they should be taught what governance and government is all about. I mean, they should be tutored. They need somebody to educate them what is government and how government affects the people. The sense of government is for the betterment and progress of her own people. But we have not seen that happening anytime soon in Nigeria.
Now, Chico, is it that the government is not listening to the yearnings of the people or what? Because with the level of the protests, the massive protest we experienced some weeks ago, I believe by now the government should be able to sit down and think, wisely, do something for the citizens.
I mean, this is absolute madness on the part of the government. See, I conversed with Ambassador Edmond. I called him Ambassador because he's a good son of a good father and the lover of his people. You see, he told me that why is Nigeria actually retrogressive in nature? Why is it that Nigeria is not moving forward? What is fundamentally, peculiar to the Nigerian states? Unlike other neighboring African countries, just like Ghana, that have moved forward. What is the peculiarity? What exactly is the problem of Nigeria? You see, this is a very fundamental question. Not until we come to realize this And to answer this question, we can never move forward. Those people within the corridor of power, by all standards, have no reason to occupy that position. They should be taught what government is all about. They don't understand the essence of governance. They don't have that, the basic knowledge about what governance is all about. You see, this is more or less like an animal farm, zoological republic, where there is no conscience, where there is no, articulation on the part of the government. There is no sensitization. The impact of their policies are not, are not examined before they adopt those policies. What is the bearing of this on the masses, economic and psychologically, social wise? They know that, of course, the increment in petrol price affects virtually everything, every sector. It affects a cup of gari, the gari seller. It affects a bread seller. Look at a common bread in Nigeria jumped from 250 to 500 now. You see, and being that the source of income of the Nigerian people has not been increased, the government has not increased the salary of government workers. Still, they are still, inflicting pain on the Nigerian people. I have told you often, time without number, that these people can never hear.
And what do you think this will call for?
Of course, it is definite. When you push a man to the wall and he understands there is no other means of survival than to prepare to push you back, then that is the state of desperation. Nigerians are no longer suffering and smiling. Nigerians are now at the verge of desperation, and seeing that is the only way to survive, they are going to push hard on the government. The governments that have opposed their welfare, the government, look at, even the Mr. Edmond told me that he was calling from abroad. He told me that look at in where he resides, that you are being treated without any fee. Your health care is free, taken care of by the government, you see, of Mexico. And tuition fee, education is free. Access to utilities are free. There are systems that is working, and people are happy living in another man's land. Even Nigerians are being taken care of, are well fed up in another man's land. But in our land we are rejected. In our land we become the enemies of ourselves. In our land, the so-called government that should have created an enabling environment. Look at a whole Nigeria, the giant of Africa, in quotes, the big brother of Africa, could not boast of one functional refinery. What is the cost of building a refinery over 60 years? You see, this oil exploration has been going on. What does it take you to build a functional standard refinery for a period of 60 years? You can't even boast for one. You see, that shows that this country is not moving forward.
Raphael, this is another controversial policy by the federal government, which Nigerians are not really happy with. 170 naira per litre, the pump price of fuel has been increased.
Yes, it was not selling more than 200 before. It was sold more than 200, and it was one of the grievances of the youth, the demands of the youth to bring down the fuel price. It was 200 and something before. Then we were even asking them to take it below 87. It was 145 when they increased it. No, it was 87 when they increased it to 145. From 145 to 200, and I think you understand. Now it was selling 200 until they came and regulate it up to this level. So let me tell you, is another policy, of this man to indicate, to show incompetence. Yes, to show that he's not competent to be a president. I think you understand. Last year, just this year, around that kind, let's say around July, it was July, all of a sudden, pump price went up. It was same July, all of a sudden, they start clamoring of hiking electricity bill. Do you understand? It went up. Electricity bill is so crazy now, to the extent that both people that live in duplex, people that live in flat, they are paying more. Do you understand? So fuel price being this high, 170, is so mad. It's a mad policy. And let me tell you, it's going to affect fuel price. Do you understand? All these food items, do you understand, ingredients in the market, tomato, commodity, essential commodities, the prices are going high. They must go high. Then again, think about transportation. Immediately you hike fuel price, the transporters must hike their own fares. It is going to cut across. I'm telling you, it is going to be interwoven.
I asked myself this question. Here is the Nigerian Labour Congress.
The NLC has been bought over. The NLC under Dauda, Abba. Abba. That Abba of a man is a dunce. He's a dead man already. We don't need to rely on NLC anymore. NLC man is from the north. NLC man, I think he comes from the axis of northeast. He's not a well-tutored, he's not a well-informed man. An NLC man, the NLC chairman this time around is a Fulani man or semi-Fulani, I don't know. But I know that he comes from the north. NLC is no longer strong. NLC is no longer functioning. It's a rubber stamp NLC. It is not working anymore. We are the one that has been forcing him and telling him, go on strike. Fight this government not by blade or by machete. Go on strike. Go on strike. Down to NLC from private liability company to public liability company. That is government even. Government workers. Everybody should down too. But nobody is ready to protest against Buhari. I don't know why. I don't know why people are so much afraid of this dullard called Nigerian president, retired Major General
What was the essence
Buhari.
of the protests that was embarked on?
Yes,
It seems the government is not sensitive to what the youth said.
let me tell you, as I always said, these governments, they don't have listening ear. One, two, they don't embrace consequences.
Because to be sincere with you, the increase in commodities are some of the agitations of this youth.
Yes.
Increase in electricity
The
tariff.
youth agitated so bright, so intelligently.
Not just
They did not just
the
embark on
reform
protest. They make their grievances, their demands known to everybody. One is pump price, fuel pump price, electricity billing, bad governance. Are you listening to me? Then what do you call it again? The salaries of the people in the upper house and the lower house. Do you understand? To be sliced, to come down, so that most chunk of our annual expenditure will not be going to their salaries. These are the demands of the youth. But look at government; they are not doing anything. Look at Buhari administration. Let me tell you, the worst administration we have ever witnessed across West Africa, not only in Nigeria. Buhari and his, hey, oh God, this man is a military junta. That is the best tag I can give this government. I tag it, it's a military junta. Buhari-led military junta did not listen to the youth, did not listen to their grievances, their demands. And those demands we all expected by now, would have been addressed or at least, amended. They could have amended things by now, but they have not done anything. Mike, let me tell you, youths protested peacefully. Buhari rolled out tanks. Yes, tanks. They went to Lekki Gate there, toll gate there, and shot those boys. Up till now, the soldiers that shot those boys, they have not been, at least tried. Yes, they have been, everybody is denying, this Lagos State CSO is denying. I'm telling you, they have been messing up. They are trying to sweep this matter under carpet. Let me tell you, I warn, the next protest is going to be so sour. It's going to be sour with everybody. Look at Kanu Wankwo. You are taking Kanu Wankwo to court. Look at the video. You are taking that innocent young boy to court. Look at Two-Face that gave you 10 million. You are taking Two-Face to court. Look at Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage contributed a lot. You are taking her to court. Then yesterday, let me tell you, Mike, what went, funny yesterday was Sierra Leone Nigerian ties. Do you understand? Okay, African qualifier. Nigeria was leading 4-0. All of a sudden, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. So hilarious. They don't know what's up. The youth is the engine house of any nation. Let me tell you, the so-called spy ghosts that played yesterday are still the youths. The same youths you redeploy soldiers to go and shoot. Do you understand? So, and if we beat Sierra Leone yesterday, Nigeria would have been big. Nigeria would have grown more. I think understand more heights. Let me tell you, another international engagement. I tell you, those youths, they must begin to have a rethink on what to do, how to then handle issues. Another international engagement or tie with any Africa, West Africa, or North Africa, anywhere. Let me tell you, in terms of football, Nigeria is going to go down to brain. We don't need to make this country proud. The country called Nigeria has not made the youth proud, so we are not going to make them proud. Another international tie, Nigeria should go down more. That is my take.
It's always good to be here. It's another edition of Bystanders, Saturday edition of this program. I'm sure you are enjoying your weekend.
I'm not enjoying the weekend because there's nothing to be enjoyed about the weekend. Yesterday, Nigerians got a very shocking news. The bomb price was increased. So what do you expect me to enjoy as a Nigerian? These are products we should enjoy. We should pay less for. Nigerians, as a Nigerian, we have food on. So what does it take the government just to set up a working refinery here in Nigeria? How many years now? The government does not have plans to just build one refinery so that the cost of transporting crude oil abroad, then refine it and bring it back to Nigeria, it will also reduce cost of the production. It will not take them how much would it take them?
Now, I asked myself a question that what is the essence of the protests Nigerians embarked on? Seeing governments still going to this length upon the protests that took place in Nigeria. I call it a massive one. That was a massive protest, and that was the first time seeing Nigerians coming out en masse to say no to a particular situation or situations or onslaughts in the country. Coming out again with this kind of policy after the protest, don't you think the government is looking for trouble? Let me use that. The government is looking for trouble.
Thank you, Mr. Mike Adekunle. I think on this note, the government is callous. So adamant, this is the government that don't listen to the plight of the people. The people have always been yearning for good governance. Instead, you tag them as terrorists, those agitating for good governance. Peaceful protesters have been tagged as terrorists. Mr. Mike Adekunle, I will give you. Let me link this question to what you just said now. Yesterday, the Super Eagles played the match with Sierra Leone, and then we were leading 4-1. I watched the match. At 72 minutes, the scoreline was 4-1. At 81 minutes, Sierra Leone equalized 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. Nigerians were so pissed off all over the country that what is wrong with this country in every sector. Nothing is working. Even in the sector of sports, even in the sports sector, nothing is working. It shows that this present government have lost it all. They don't have the solution to get Nigeria working again. There is nothing. Yesterday, when the federal government, when the NNPC increased the hiking from price, the senior special assistant on media and publicity to Mr. President Garba Shehu said something, and I quote him. He said the new bomb price will not have effect on the common man because the common man do not own a car and the common man do not own generator. Now my take is how can a public office holder be saying such trash? Now I want him to know that our petrol price is being tied to everything within the economy. Petrol is tied to everything within the economy now. A market woman will tell you that before she board a bus that will convey her to the market, for her to buy her goods, she is being paid extra for transport fare. So it is tied within the economy. So if Baba Shehu
Come out to make such a statement.
just come out to make such statement, it shows that Baba Shehu is just enjoying the office because he has everything at his disposal. He does not pay for water, for lights, everything. So if he could say that, it shows this government is just so heartless and wicked.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Abai, good morning. Personally, I think I'm tired of this government. Because this is a government that on one hand is telling the whole world that he is resolving the issues that arose as a result of agitation for the disbandment of SARS. And they want to address the issues of unemployment. And they want to engage the youth in productivity. And they want to ameliorate the standard of living of the common man. And they want to cushion the effect of COVID-19 on the populace. Coming up with another policy of increasing the edge depot price of PMS. Knowing fully well that PMS have a multiplier effect on our economy. I don't think this is the best time to do it. I quite understand that it's correct that the government cannot perpetually continue to subsidize PMS. But you look at the best time to do it. I could recall this TS of a thing. It was Jonathan government that conceived the idea. At the time they needed to implement it, they saw that the thing will have a negative impact on the economy. They tarried. This government came on board, not minding the negative impact it will have on the economy. They give a deadline and they implemented it, and the thing plunged Nigerian economy into recession. Now, the whole world globally is talking about how to cushion the effect of the pandemic on its citizens. Here, the Nigerian government coming about with incessant, unrelenting increase in price of PMS. It's uncalled for. And I think
other sectors.
that I earlier said it. I said it have multiplier effect. They are trying to incite Nigerians, and at the end of the day, they will see roll out all their armory in the arsenal of the government or the military or the police or the DSS to start shooting innocent citizens. And for me, this is an incitement to crisis. It's a recipe for crisis. They are trying to inflame Nigerians into another round of protest. Because for me, there is no justification behind increasing the price of depot price now that the whole country has been submerged in crisis. We have not yet come out of the crisis. Even up to now, police personnel live in fear. For like 2-3 days, they were barricading this road. They don't allow vehicles to ply this road, perhaps because of fear of attack. I mean this area G, and it's a genuine fear. So we have not yet come out of that crisis. You are not trying to incite another crisis. I don't like. That is why, in fact, I don't know whether this government have human face. I cannot fathom the reason behind. I quite agree. Like I said, the PMS, the government cannot continue subsidizing it, but there should be a better time to do it. And if you look at, there are some other critical area of the economy where the government is borrowing money to finance. What stops you in the interim, if it is 2, 3, 4, let's say for 1 quarter, maintain the PMS price? If it means you subsidizing at that rate, at least for the next 1 quarter, that is 3 months. Maintain, that is 4 months, I mean to say. Maintain it. Then subsequently, we can look at when the economy start bouncing back. We can look at ways of increasing it. And another worrisome aspect of it is that the government will tell you that they want to cushion the effect of the policy. Have you ever seen any Nigerian that they benefit from the impact of the cushioning of federal government? I have not seen. Look at the other time after the pandemic, they talk of 774,000 jobs that is meant for the downtrodden, that they will engage them for 3 months, cleaning of gutter, cleaning of roads. At a point, there was crisis between the National Assembly and the Ministry of Labour. Up to today, that laudable project that want to see the common man benefit from the government have not been implemented. And if you were to be money meant for National Assembly, executive arm of government, to buy the luxury car, the accommodation, we will not witness this crisis, and they would have implemented it.
Now, what do you think the Labour should do now?
Unfortunately, we do not have Labour. I stand to be corrected. I said Labour want to redeem its image. For me, there is no Labour.
What of Trade Union Congress?
There is no Trade Union Congress. There are two of them that are in cahoots with disappointment to Nigerians. Because last time, both the TUC and NSC went into the Asu Rock, had a closed-door meeting with the government team, came out. They say they want to give them 2 weeks to roll out their plan on how to cushion the effects of the fuel increase and the electric tariff increase. It was when they were expecting to see their plan that the issue of NSAS came in. As it stands, we have not seen any advocacy from Labour, whether NSC, TUC, to challenge government. Where are these cushioning effects? Where are the policy to bring down the harsh, the buffers to make the citizen have succor as a result of the policy? We are supposed to be seeing NSC, TUC coming up with such advocacy. We are not seeing it. So why should I now rely on TUC and NSC to fight for Nigerians? I think if there's any need for Nigerians to fight, they should challenge the government themselves by way of peaceful protest. That notwithstanding, this is not the best time for protest, because the last protest, we have not yet come out of it. I am not encouraging anybody to go, because the way it stands today, the government is ready to brutalize, maim, kill anybody that go to the street to protest. So on that basis, I want this situation to douse down, and government too should think and understand that Nigerians, their docility have gotten to the last to the limit. They have stretched Nigerians to the last limit of docility. And if it continues, they say if you push a goat to the wall, the goat will bite. And that's the point they are pushing Nigerians to.
All right, thank you so much. If you push a goat to the wall, the goat will bite. That's what Mr. Matthew has said here. I don't see the reason why government should increase the pump price at this point in time where we are facing a lot of challenges. All right, on this note, I say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Join us next time on the same platform. Michael Adekunle still remains my name. Behind the camera, I have Festus Oluwabukumi. You can subscribe to our sister channel for TV Plus. You can also subscribe to Flip TV. You can join me on Facebook, Michael Temitayo Adekunle, Michael Michael Temitayo Adekunle. Meet you on Monday. Bye.